It's just gone lunchtime. This is the third and final hour of All Angles here on eNCA. Good afternoon. I'm Masikane. It's that time of the day, of course, when we give you an update on how far many of the stories we've been following for you throughout the day have advanced. Here's your lunchtime update. We've got our reporters on the ground. Silindelo Masikane is in Pretoria and Heidi Giokos is in Johannesburg. They've been out and about finding the stories for us. Let's start with Slee in Pretoria. She was attending a briefing on the release of the Health Ombudsman, Professor Malakapuru Makgoba's report into conditions at the Rahima Musa Mother and Child Hospital in Johannesburg. Slee, after investigating for almost a year, the report has finally been released. What kind of picture does it paint?
A very bleak one. It seems that the Rahima Musa Mother and Child Hospital is facing many challenges when it comes to not only staff and bedding shortages, but the issue around how patients are treated. The dignity of patients seems to not be observed at that particular hospital. And of course, the Ombudsman saying that this is not the first investigation into Rahima Musa, saying that there was an investigation back in 2017, and it seems the recommendations from that report have still not been implemented. There are a number of issues when it comes to the services being provided. This is supposed to be a top-notch hospital when it comes to mother and child care, especially prenatal care, antenatal care, and it seems that many of the services are just not operational. In particular, it does not have a 24-hour blood bank, which is critical in such a hospital, and so it does seem as though that the newly appointed health MEC in the province has a big task ahead of her in terms of ensuring that the recommendations are implemented and that many of the issues that have been flagged are sorted out. She's given herself at least a year to try and sort out the issues, but we know that in terms of the immediate turnaround goals, that is to hire a new CEO for the hospital within the next 3 months. Let's take a listen.
We found that actually it was true that patients, pregnant mothers, slept on the floor. There was a video that was actually given to us by Mr. Saul, but also almost all the people that we interviewed confirmed that that was the case. So we couldn't obviously ignore that. Then there was the confirmation that obviously the CEO did not spend as much time as he was supposed to at the hospital. And I've given you the number of days. It was 182. And what had happened was that she had provided that information to the previous MEC. So it was her information that actually documented the days that she had not been in the hospital.
All right, let's take you to Heidi Giokos in Johannesburg now. She's monitoring whether Nahawu affiliated workers heeded the call yesterday by the Labour Court's decision to uphold an interdict against their wage strike. Heidi, I understand some are still staging some sort of protest today. What has been happening around Johannesburg?
Masako, I'm not sure if I'm speaking over you, but I've lost my connection to you. I cannot hear you at this stage. But I think what's imperative here is that the strike, Nahawu strike, does continue. They've made it very clear that it is not a health strike, despite that court order that was handed down yesterday, interdicting all essential Nahawu strikers to return back to work. So basically all those in the healthcare sector. What we do know is that Nahawu strikers have decided to move from department to department. They were outside the Gauteng Sports, Arts and Recreation Centre, and then they moved to Social Development. They are now going to be moving to the Department of Home Affairs, and their move is to try and disrupt as many non-essential government departments as possible. They are demanding 10% wage increase and not accepting the 4.7% offer that has been put on the table by government. We have heard from the SACP that's out here today to support this particular strike and move by Nahau, saying that they will only accept that 10% wage increase, and they do not believe government when government says that there is no money to increase wages by 10%. Nahau is not backing down. They will move from department to department, as I've mentioned, to try and get the message across to government and cause disruptions where possible. We got a chance to speak to one of the Nahau members earlier. Let's listen to what he had to tell us.
So what we are saying is that not amount of court's interdict are going to deter us from these workers achieving whatever that they want to achieve. So we want to send the message across to the government. And what surprises us is that the person who responds from this is the Minister of Health. Well, we're hoping that the newly appointed minister will take the platform and talk to the workers in the country as to say what is a view to resolve this particular matter. So what we are saying to the government is that they should not be arrogant. They must come to the level of the workers and give what is due to these workers.
All right, that was your All Angles Lunchtime update with reporters Heidi Giokos and Silindelo Masikane. Thank you very much, ladies. Let's leave it there for now.